Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Politics Now. We'll talk about modern politics in modern America. And today, we're going to be discussing if Joe Biden's approval rating can really recover for the 2024 election, or if it's going to keep going in the toilet and end up costing him the entire election. So, yeah, let's get into that. So, Biden has had a terrible job approval and overall just general approval ever since the withdrawal from Afghanistan. He's lost all approval and all positive ratings ever since that withdrawal, and he has not recovered ever since. He hit a really, really deep low, and it's been staying near 40 ever since, where his disapproval rating has kind of dipped down a little bit, but then gone back up. And it's reaching the point of it's almost to the point of his highest disapproval we've seen in almost a year. So Biden is not a very popular president, and that is definitely going to hurt him when it comes to winning a lot of these swing states. Because if you are almost 14 points down, you're not generally going to have a fun time when it comes to not only the general election but also winning the popular vote, which is a main concern for Biden because he loses the popular vote. Trump basically walks away with the whole election. So Biden, overall, he's very disapproved of, and he has ratings that are not anywhere near recovery, and he's pretty much been stagnating, but stagnating in the worst kind. So if you look at how he is on individual policies, like the economy for one, that is a main concern for people, and he is down 23 points. He's actually doing worse when it comes to economic issues, and it only gets worse from here. Foreign policy, also not the greatest. He's at negative 18 points. How about inflation? Inflation is the number one concern for everyone voting, whether or not they're Republican, Independent, Democrat, no matter who they are. If Joe Biden wants to win, he's going to need to have decent approval when it comes to inflation. And, oh, that's his worst category, and he's down 31 points. So, Biden is doing terrible when it comes to pretty much every single issue. You can go through all of these issues, and they are all down in double digits. I think Ukraine might be the only one that is kind of good. I mean, that +2 is definitely helping him, but every single other poll is him down in high single or high double digits. So, Biden, pretty much the only thing that he isn't overwhelmingly disapproved in is Ukraine, which, I mean, if negative 11 is your best, then you have a serious problem. Direction of the country, that is a major teller. And oh, yeah, he's done 44 points, so that's not great. And you look at this poll, he's been at his highest peak for his right direction compared to wrong track was when they were practically even at 1 point. For one single day, the country was on the right track. And when Biden came into office around 2021, yeah, wrong track fell by a little bit. And then immediately after Afghanistan, yep, it has all gone to shit. We have always been in wrong track territory ever since 2009. Is pretty much wrong track is the entirety of the debate. Even in 2017, every single year except 2009 for some reason, every single year has had wrong track in the top. And Biden, he went from a almost 7 point margin to now a 44 point margin. That is impressive. How do you have a margin that starts off so well and is so close to having the country majority think that you are in the right direction to 44 points between wrong track and right direction, which is probably one of the biggest gaps ever since Obama was disapproved by a vast majority in 2011, 2012. That is impressive. And that's almost as bad or even worse than how Trump was approved after January 6th, where a lot of the more never Trumper and definitely a lot of the Democrats absolutely despised him. that is embarrassing, and that is almost impressive in some way how you are somehow more disliked and more people think that you are completely screwing up than when Obama was at his worst and when we were in a recession caused by COVID. So, if Biden is going to continue with this and he's going to continue with this wrong track, everyone hates him on all the issues, and especially inflation, which is people's number one concern, then how is he going to actually do this? Because you can't just win an election where a double digit spread between your approval and disapproval, where your disapproval is up. No one is going to buy that because Trump, he had higher approval even, and most people, they hated him in the polls. He got shit polls pretty much the entirety of his presidency, and he still ended up. And Biden is still lower than that. I mean, George Bush even got higher than him in 2008, and that's when the Great Recession happened. So you're not exactly in really calm waters to win a presidential election against a former president who is currently surging in the polls. So, if you're really going to do something, you need to do it fast because this number hasn't improved in a while. And it has only gone down, down, and then stagnating in the completely wrong direction. No matter what he's done, it has always gone down and stayed in the negatives. So, Biden, he needs to work on a lot of stuff if he's ever going to get this above, I don't know, maybe 1 point above, if even. But a lot of people are going to disapprove of him if he keeps instituting these unpopular policies and keeps making things even worse. Because inflation is the number one issue for voters in 2024, and Trump kicks him out of the park when it comes to inflation. Trump is overwhelmingly approved when it comes to inflation. Biden, eh, no, not really. He's down 31 points. So I don't expect how you're going to win an election if you are down 31 points on the core issue that people have on their minds. Because the next core issue is abortion, and that is a vast distance. People care exponentially about inflation rather than abortion, and abortion is not going to drive the 2024 campaign. People feeling a lot poorer and not being able to afford anything is. And Biden, he doesn't have exactly great optics on it. And Trump, he has his record where you had relatively stable times except for COVID. So Trump, he's kicking Biden's ass in this department, and he can't really bank on any other department for his presidency because every single category he is overwhelmingly disapproved. Not even Ukraine, which a lot of people support, even though they're technically Republicans, where they're pretty bipartisan support for Ukraine, but a lot of people still disapprove it, which means that Biden can't bank on that because Trump is going to immediately attack him for avoiding the issues. And when he does address the issues, uh, well, he's down 31 points and no one likes him. So, how are you going to win a campaign? How are you going to win a presidency if everyone hates you on every single issue? How is that going to work? Because you can't win a campaign or an election or pretty much anything if no one believes that you are the right guy for the job on every single issue on hand. Even the minor ones, no one agrees with Biden. So, if you are going to fix that, you are going to need to show that you can handle stuff like inflation, foreign policy, in crime, the economy, immigration, because Biden has demonstrated to the American people and specifically voters he is incapable of doing it, and Trump has demonstrated that he is capable and that he will finish the job, which is a winning message for Trump. It's a losing message for Biden. So, if you think Biden could maybe turn this around, or uh, things are probably going to get worse, which I mean, they probably are. There's really no hope for Biden. Leave them in the comments below if I don't know, a miracle happens. Leave it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.